Hey guys, happy Wednesday. Um, Welcome to Hawaiian Day. Hope you're wearing your Hawaiian shirts. I think our spirit is bringing out the sunshine and the great weather because it's supposed to be almost 60 today, even warmer tomorrow. So your homework assignment is after, or at least before you get to work on this, that you're outside enjoying the sunshine today. Very important. Um, Me, I'll be inside, looking outside, wishing I was outside all day. We have parent teacher conferences this afternoon. So look forward to meeting your parents or seeing your parents again. Um, Today is Module 4, Lesson 19. We are working on converting our measures using fraction knowledge. So we're going to go right into our problem set. All right, so go ahead and get your problem set out. Now, if you can't find your book, let's start doing this work together. Yeah, yeah, of course we're doing it together, but sorry, my words are hard this morning. So just write the work on a piece of paper. Um, you don't need this worksheet to do the work. And the same thing's true for the exit ticket. I have digital copies up so you can just write them down. But we're doing the problem set together today. So here we go. Now it says convert and express your answers as a mixed number. So when you see mixed number, they're talking about wholes and parts, 2 2/3, if possible. So the first one's done for us. So let's just take a look at it. This is where the answer goes. So that's where we're gonna do all the work and then take our answer and bring it back up here. Okay, so let's take a look and analyze this work. One thing is for each problem, I'll make sure that I write the little conversion. 1 foot, whoops, I don't want to say 1 foot, 1 yard is equal to 3 feet, or 3 feet is equal to 1 yard. So we'll need that for both A and B because we can see that feet are going to yards. Okay. This line right here that they're showing us is just telling us, well, how many 1 foot parts do you have? Because remember, let me also write this, part over whole. We know that fractions are part over whole. So when we're looking to convert 1 yard to 3 feet, our 3 feet, every time we have 3 feet, we create a whole. So our whole is going to be 3 for this one. So we know that we're looking for how many parts out of the whole do we have? Well, in this case, we have 2 feet out of 3 feet to make one whole. So that means that's 2/3 of a yard. Because if we had one more foot, we'd have that other third of a yard to make one whole. So let's do that again over here on B. Knowing what we know about 1 yard equals 3 feet, knowing what we know about part over whole. What we're converting, the conversion is our whole. So if we're going from feet to yards, we need to use 3 feet as our whole. So this line again is just telling you how many parts you have. So I'm not going to ask you to do that part. What I would like you to do is 4 times what yards? Well, we're looking for one. We have to convert it by saying 1 out of 4. Whoops, not 4. Sorry, 1 out of 3. That was my fault. So because every part that we have, every foot that we have can add up to give us all of the parts that we have. And we have 4 of those times 1/3. So that gives us 4/3. And then this is where we have to convert it to a mixed number. So that would be 1 and 1/3 yards. 1 and 1/3 yards. So let's keep going and keep practicing this. But let's remember part over whole and how we're going to do that. It will start all coming together. So inches to feet. So we're going from inches to feet. So that would be for every 12 inches, we get 1 foot. So our whole, if we're converting to feet, our whole becomes the inches because we're trying to see how many inches we have. And every 12 inches, we create one whole foot. So let's take a look at this. Well, how many parts, how many inches do we have? Well, we have oh, I have the highlighter. Just no, I hate that. Let me change colors so it doesn't blend into the problem above. We have 7 inches. And we know that we're multiplying that into our feet. And I gotta just get this one last piece down, then I'll answer that question or that phone. All right, let me pause. All right, I'm back. So we take 7 and we multiply it by 1/12 because we're trying to figure out how many inches parts that we have. So 7 times the one part will tell us how many inch parts that we have out of the 12 for the yards. That makes a whole for a yard. So we know that 7 times 1 is 7. So this is 7/12 of an inch. Well, we're done when it's a fraction smaller than a whole, right? Um, Oops, I put the wrong unit here. I was like, what is going on? I put the wrong unit there. My apologies. I hope you were yelling at your screen. Oops, I still had the eraser on. So my fault there. But I did notice it before I went on. So again, for the next problem, 1 foot equals 12 inches. You guys can try to go ahead of me, pause me and see what you do, but I'm going to just keep teaching. We know that we have 13 inches. And we know that the conversion is 1 foot equals 12 inch. So we're going to multiply that by 1/12 to help us make this conversion. And what we know is that's going to create 13/12. And then that's going to equal 1 because we can take 12/12 out of 13 and there would be 1 left over. That would be 1/1/12 of a foot. Oops, get that 2 in there. Now, what was I just about to say? Oh, I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's it. If you need to number bond this, go ahead and number bond it so that you can see it, right? All right, down here, we're doing ounces to pounds. Okay, so that conversion is 16 ounces is equal to 1 lb. Let me make that look like a 1. 1 lb, 1 pound equals 16 ounces. Okay, so let's work through this. Well, we have 5 ounces and we're converting it to pounds. So we know that for every part, oh man, this is a hard way to explain it, that we need to find out how many parts of the 16 ounces that we have. So we put it as 1/16 to show that we're going to be figuring out the wholes. Wow, I'm not doing a great job of explaining that. So I apologize that I'm clunking through it. 5 times 1 becomes 5, and then that's over 16. So that's 5/16 of a pound. It looks like the one side on the left is always a fraction smaller than 1, and it looks like over on the right, they've all been a fraction greater than a whole. Now we have 18 ounces. We're going to multiply that by 1/16 because we're trying to figure out how many parts of the whole we have. And then when we multiply that out, that creates 18/16, which would be, again, if I think about number bonding that, I can take 16/16 away. That's 1 whole. And that would give me 2/16 left. And that would be 1 2/16 of a pound. So 18 ounces is 1 pound and 2/16. Some of you might say, oh, I can simplify 2/16. If you can, do it today. You're not going to be wrong today if you leave it like that. Oh, wrong page. Let's go to page 2. There's 2 word problems, and let's go ahead and jump right down to number 3. I just had to, oh, there's 4. Okay, let's jump to 3 though. At a Yo-Yo Yogurt, the scale says that Sarah has 8 ounces of vanilla yogurt in her cup. Her father's yogurt weighs 11 ounces. How many pounds of frozen yogurt did they buy altogether? So pounds, okay, so we need to know that 1 pound, 1 lb equals 16 ounces. Okay, I now know that. I'm writing it off to the side. So the scale, let's go back and read now. Now that we know that it's going to be ounces to pounds. So the scale says that Sarah has 8 ounces of vanilla yogurt. That's the vanilla. Her father's yogurt weighs 11 ounces. I guess we don't need to know the flavors. So that's Sarah. And then her father had 11. The question would be, how many pounds did they buy altogether? Well, first we need to know how many ounces they have altogether. Well, 8 plus 11, that's 19. And I should have wrote the ounces down here too. So now I know that there's 19 ounces. Okay, so now I know how much ounces of yogurt they have, but now we need to convert it to pounds because it's asking for it in pounds. Okay, well, I know I have 19 ounces, and I know that I need 16 of those ounces to make one pound. So I multiply it by 1/16 to be able to show how many parts I have, and then that would become 19/16. And then to convert it into a mixed number, I take 16/16 out to make that one whole, and then I would have 3/16 left over. But they wanted it in pounds, so that is 1 pound, 3/16 of a pound. 1 3/16 of a pound. That's how you'd say it. Then we need to put that in a statement, right? So they bought 1 3/16 of a pound of yogurt. Sorry, I got really sloppy there. All right, that's today's lesson. If you want to challenge yourself, you can try these. It looks like it's going from inches to yards. So 1 yard is equal to 12 inches. If you'd like to try that. And then it's asking how much you got paid. And then down here, it's cups to gallons. So a pint's a pound, a world around, 2 pints or 2 cups to a pint. Sorry, I have to try to figure it out. So yeah, so there's 2 cups to a pint, and there's 2 pints to a quart, and there's 4 quarts to a gallon. So that was a lot of conversions I did, but basically there's 16 cups is equal to 1 gallon. So if you want to try that, those 2 extra word problems, go ahead. And you can even take a picture and submit it to your exit ticket. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Here's your exit ticket. Let's take a look at this real quick, and I'll help you with the conversions. Inches to feet, so that's 12 inches is equal to 1 foot, right? And then down here, ounces to pounds, for every 1 pound, it's 16 ounces. Go ahead and try to do your best on your exit ticket, take a picture, and submit for me. All right, great job today, and we will see you tomorrow.